So I was right. Every SCP we had today had an author's page. Every single one of them. Agent Dahlia, Mars Life Form Clarence. What was the last one? Oh, this is the. Oh my. So the most recent one we read from them was the Self-Love Shack in 1937. And the one that we read now, the People's Pet Shop, is the last one we get to read from this person. They did a lot in series 2, and only have one in series 3. Like there's a couple other documents. I'm not sure what these are connected to. But yeah, this is the last one we read from this person. Okay, again, the People's Pet Store. Last one. This is a 5-hour reading time, guys. Crazy. Object class safe. Special containment procedures. A false construction project has been set up around SCP-2279 to prevent civilians from entering the structure. By the way, after this series is done, I'm immediately heading to bed. It's 2 in the morning over here. The interior of the anomaly is to be monitored via surveillance cameras. Only Foundation operators are allowed into SCP-2279. Testing of D-Class must be carefully monitored to observe the requirements for SCP-2279 activation. Description: SCP-2279 is a pet store located in Tennessee. A sign reading "The People's Pet Shop" hangs above the doors of the structure. The building lacks windows and its only entrance is the front door. SCP-2279 is occupied by various domesticated animals, hereby designated -A, and humanoid entities, hereby designated -B. While humans are not within SCP-2279, instances of -A are almost always seriously wounded in some manner, such as missing limbs, mutilated faces, and infected gashes running all along their bodies. Ooh. This does not include non-human observation methods such as surveillance cameras. Okay. Those poor animals. Okay, while inside of SCP-2279, these entities seem to be in constant pain due to their injuries. Occasionally, a new instance of -A will manifest within the structure. -A entities cannot be killed by any conventional means. Instances of -B do not manifest unless a human enters the structure. At this point, the wounds of -A entities will appear to have healed, either considerably or entirely. Upon entering SCP-2279, one of the two events will occur. Either the subject will be mostly ignored by -A and -B entities until they leave, or the subject will be approached by one instance of -B, who will insist that the subject purchase a very specific -A entity for either large sums of money or in exchange for something very personal. Oh, listen, at the end, I love pets, I love animals, but like, if I walked into a pet store and then the guy was like, "Oh, please have this one for 10,000 bucks, or you can give me something very personal," I'd be like, I'm just gonna head right out. Any attempts to purchase anything other than what is offered, when it is offered, will be met with resistance. So if I want a different pet, they were like, no, that one. The former situation has occurred almost every time the Foundation has attempted to research the anomaly following its discovery, while the latter usually happens when an unaware civilian enters the structure. The addendum eta for the exception of this. Persons without knowledge of SCP-2279's anomalous nature seem to be somewhat drawn to enter the structure. Currently, the criteria for this is unknown. If the subject refuses to take the suggestion, the -B entities will bar the subject from leaving physically until they have agreed to take the instance of -A home. In these cases, -B entities exhibit a great physical strength and resilience. During one such occurrence, a civilian stabbed the entity multiple times. The -B instance showed no signs of registering the physical harm and continued to block the exit until the civilian accepted the -A entity. Wow. That must be so uncomfortable to be forced to buy a pet when you just like want to look around a little bit. Or maybe you thought that they have food for your current pet, you know. Once the entity is taken to the subject place of residence, an anomalous event will be triggered. Oh, there's more. This event consists of 5 stages and takes place over the course of 11 weeks on average. Oh boy. Stage 1. Length of time after purchase less than 2 weeks. Nothing unusual can be seen in either subject as of yet. However, the human subject becomes unable to die upon leaving SCP-2279. Okay. Stage 2. 2 to 6 weeks. Minor wounds on -A begins to worsen at a rapid rate, often for no visible reason. The owner will express increasing amounts of distress with the conditions of the entities, whether or not they are aware of the injury. Stage 3, 6 to 8 weeks. Wounds covering the -A entities begin to heal and start to manifest on the subject. The subject will often not acknowledge that the entity's health appears to be improving as well as their own failing health. At this point, they will forgo eating, drinking, and sleeping in order to take care of the entity. This distress and manifestation of injuries occurs even when the subject is unable to actually view or have any knowledge about -A. Stage 4, 8 to 10 weeks. During this time period, the owner condition will worsen until they are physically incapable of moving, usually due to the deterioration of their muscles. The -A instance will become healthier during this time, to the point where they are in better condition than they appear to be in when they initially leaving SCP-2279. Are they swapping like the health condition? Like the animal was in poor health and the human was in good health, and now they're like slowly trading, sucking your life force. Stage 5, 10 to 11 weeks. -A will consume the immobile subject and demanifest. God damn, you take my health and then you eat me? What the hell? Interview editor on 5th 12, 2012. Foundation agents entered SCP-2279 with the intention of continuing observation and collecting data on the anomaly. At this point, several interviews with -B had already been conducted. Interviewed -B 17, Agent Fredericks, Agent Timpson. As per Foundation protocol, Agent Fredericks was accompanied by a newer Foundation operative so they could gain field experience. The operative in question was Agent Timmons. Oh, sorry, I said Timpsons before. It's Timmons. Hello, -B-17. Oh, hi! You again. I don't suppose you'll be any more willing to call me Sam than you were last 3 times, hmm? B-17, I believe you know the answer to that already. Oh, they're new, aren't they? Welcome to the People's Pet Shop, where second chances really do happen. You look like you could use some company, especially since your apartment has become so much quieter recently. B-17, I believe I'm addressing you right now. Now, oh, shut up. It's not like you were going to ask anything new anyway. Addressing Timmons. So, how would you like to take this one? Offered Agent Timmons a calico cat, hereby referred to as -A42. The specimen is notable, has it had no wait. This specimen. Oh fuck! I forgot that like the light changes because it changes to like the nighttime routine. This specimen is notable as it had no visible wounds while under surveillance. Instead, it repeatedly vomited, exhibited inhibited motor control and extreme trouble breathing. I can't. Oh, I assure you, miss, you can. Don't you want her? She seems to really want you. Please, I didn't mean to. Agent, I believe that at this time it would be our best option to take it. We'll study this more back at its site. Yes, sir. Looking direct at Agent Timmons, one eyebrow raised, smiling. Have a nice day now. In the closing statement, Agent Fredericks and Agent Timmons escorted -A042 to Site 23. The entity was placed into a temporary containment chamber 242, while Agent Fredericks escorted Agent Timmons to be interviewed in order to more fully investigate the anomaly. See interview theta, which is right down here. Agent Timmons, Agent Hammond. This interview took place immediately following the events of interview ETA. Okay, so now we have Timmons and Harmon. So it's not Fredericks anymore. This interview took place immediately. Yep. Agent Timmons, for the sake of this log, please summarize the events leading up to this interview. Silence for several seconds before speaking. When she does, she speaks softly and slowly. I was investigating SCP-2279 with Agent Fredericks. I came along to get experience working as an operative of the Foundation. I was addressed by one of the entities associated with the anomaly, who offered me IL subs self cubs -A-042. Given that all know previous attempts by other persons to exit SCP-2279 without accepting the offer before this point has been met with harsh physical resistance, it was determined that the best course of action would be to comply with the entity. -A-042 is currently contained in a temporary holding cell. Excellent. Now, Timmons. You seem to recognize this entity. Yes. Can you tell me how? Pause for approximately 5 seconds. The entity looks identical to my old pet, Eileen, who died a few months ago. I see. How did she die? Pause for approximately 10 seconds. I made a mistake. I was trying this new thing, something fun for myself. Making a pizza. I got everything out, the dough, the cheese, the pepperoni, everything. When my friend called, said it was an emergency, I rushed over only to find it was a surprise party for, well, me. She knows I had been a little down at the time and thought it could cheer me up, and it did. But I was there for so long that I lost track of time and ended up staying overnight. When I got home, Did you know that raw bread dough is poisonous to cats? I didn't. I shouldn't. I found her. Curled up in my closet and trails off. I believe that's enough about that incident. Was his pet treated well prior to this? I tried, certainly. But I was struggling at the time, she was trying to get by, and some days it was hard to remember to find time for her. To take care of her. To feed her. I wanted to give her a good home, but I guess... Tears off. I see. Thank you, Agent Timmons. Now, I'm sure you're aware that due to the nature of this anomaly, we unfortunately cannot let you go. You'll be escorted to a temporary holding cell until we can find a way to take care of this. I understand. Thank you. And log, Agent Timmons was escorted to temporary humanoid holding chamber 422 immediately after this interview. That's sad. So like a lot of the pets are probably like pets that like the owner, that the person that walks in used to have, and then but it's like I assume it's all the pets that died, that have not died of old age, died from an accident, from murder, from stuff like that. Yeah, that's just sad. that's a sad one. I almost did cry when she talked about how a cat died, because my cat died. My cat died because of the kidney failure, but she died in my arms, and that's like a memory that will always stick with me. I also have a scar of my cat on my arm, like a very like small one, like just like across here. So I will always remember her. But yeah. A little bit. I cannot imagine. Just drain. And slowly drain you and place there injuries onto you. There we go. We've done it. We've finished. 5 hours and 10 minutes of a read. We got it done.